off the desk, and I am here. No, fresh out the showers. It was a good 2-0 win. If you missed that, go watch that. I believe Caustic was a team we played. Great team, great lads, great bunch of lads. But no, now we have Team Australia. Now, context, Headhunter, we've got Team Australia, which is 2Savage in the domestic cups, right, in our tournaments, in our domestic league of OSL. And they are going up against Team Bleedout right now, which is JD driven. Also got 6 hearts on the roster, Enlightened. Jas is also there as well. Great notable names. But yeah, again, like I said, context. You do have Team Australia playing this match, Corey, and when you base it off that face value, it's a bit of a tough one. And I don't think you're able to catch anyone off guard here, as we do actually, unironically catch back. He's sort of just lingering behind boxes, but always with the sprint burst. Do your research, you'll figure that out. Has a beautiful setup into this. That's definitely been commed as well. And yeah, this is just traditional gameplay. You're just going to use these pallets, use these windows. I was going to go into a little segment about how Australia, well, it's known as 2Savage. I will if you hear me refer to them as Australia, just know I'm talking about 2Savage and vice versa. But they are playing Spain directly after this match, so hopefully they can get the big 2-0 for their sake, anyways. And get a move on with that, because I definitely think that's going to be playing on their mind right now versus Big Zaka.
I don't even know if they have a matchup after that against Invictus. I think they're in for a
yeah.
They're in for a very, very big night as we do take the first chase onto Baki. He will be on the floor, and that will spell the first generator done in the trial. That is mid being done as well. So, you know what? That's a good generator to get up and out of the way. You do have access to the whole map now as we do take a basement hook on the side of JD. It's probably just going to pop him on this front hook here, and now we're just going to go for our rounds check via the cams. I would assume maybe if we do just kind of venture out from the shack just a little bit more, really trying to get the placements all down very nicely, as we do have one inside of main as well. So do have access to a tight 3 generator over at that one side, 1 main and 3. We do have these generators just sitting over to the deep pocket of 9 as well. Probably working this one far and wide from the killer. No, actually, there's nobody here. Nevertheless, we will be getting a cam tag, a slipstream tag onto Nu there, who's just stealth for pull at the moment. So he's the roaming survivor, ready for it. He is going to now backtrack all the way back down into 5. Where is this used pallet over at the jungle gym here? Does have access to the window, fakes it, and creates more distance. Very nicely done from the man himself. And then we're back in the cams, and again, the infection rate. So JD holding up pretty well for everything that's worth. This is going to be a fairly interesting hook to try and salvage, in all honesty. It might just let Baki hit second here, as Sen did get tagged through the filler pallet there, running all the way into deep 9. No commit on the side of JD, just straight back in the camps and making sure that we hit that second onto Baki.
Yeah, second on Baki is going to be the key part to keep JD in this game. If anyone was able to snipe that pull, which again isn't really realistic against the Singularity of all people. Even though Singularity can and should roam. You know, when they do have hooks, obviously you've got, you know, your TPs around and your slipstream camps. So you can always sort of be active in a sense, pressure from every angle. I think that's one thing I personally like about Singularities. Is sort of can be everywhere at once. I think that's a pretty unique thing. It's not like you know, the knife, for example. It's a bit more unique. I think that adds a bit more context as well to the actual match. It's played differently. It's not unique. It's not, you know, excuse me, sorry. It's not, you know, have a good chase, die bottom, split gens. You know, you kind of got to play with your team a bit. You have to play with blokes. You know, you need to get those boxes done, so you can get those UV, what are they called? Sorry, the infection removers. You know, the slipstream removers. EMP. That's the one. Yeah. So once you get that out, once you get that done, and you know, I'm assuming we'll see Canaleaf here, who is on Claudette tonight. We'll posture with Baki right here. Now, this is a bit awkward. We are blocking. JD's doing some really nice blocking. Canaleaf, you need to move your ass out the way. It's over. What is happening, Baki? What is happening? You're just walking into the killer. We make the window, we just don't make the killer. That was a bit shambolic. And truth be told, Headhunter, hold on. Anticipation. Hold on. Wouldn't this be beautiful?
Oh, we caught him. No, we're not going to pick up now, I don't think. I mean, maybe, and we get the pallet save. We definitely don't get the flashlight save, and now we're taking chase again on Shaq. Back is still on the floor here. Wait, no. Anna!
Canaleaf.
I hate to see it, but you know what? In all fairness to him, I don't think I would have made that. My God, you know, I can't judge too hard, but we do have this nice pain resonance hook over at deep 9, mid 9. And it is going to take into effect to whatever generator that we've been working in the background, and I'm not too sure which one that is. It's not 5 and it's not 3, so it has to be the other one in the trial, and I think that's over at 11. Oh no, it's over at 1, so... I mean, Nu back on it, straight back on it. It is injured at the moment. You do have access to Sen and Canalave both healthy in the trial. Then the next one just kind of has to have a really good chase to set their team up for success in the long run. And baiting out the window fake there very nicely on the side of Canalave. He's going to run past it again once more and try to bait the teleport out, and there it is. Not too sure if we make the window, and we've anticipated the vault back into Shaq, and it has happened like clockwork. We've faked the window vault as well, and we've won every single 50 known to man over at the Shaq with no resource to be used since it was broken, considering the fact that we failed a pallet save nonetheless. But we do see Sen hopping over at mid 9, and now Nu just kind of caught all the way into corner 1 here. It has to pre-leave this generator over at 3, and it does have a lot of progress on it as well. As we do take the kick onto it, that's going to be Eruption applied. And we really want to quick down here, try to get that pain resonance, slow the match down a little bit more, and try to get our next tunnel out per se, or even just like play for our fresh hooks. It's going to be pretty hard to do, considering that you have two survivors that are healthy, and they are just incredible survivors at that. So they're not going to give up the tag easy. They're definitely not going to give up the down easy. They're all in safe positions at the moment, and they all know what they can and can't do, and what's safe to do and what it's not safe to do. We do catch out Nu, though. Playing aggressive for this generator, but not aggressive to the point where he's in a really bad position. He is still corner 1 and has made the filler pallet here, the pallet gym even. Getting tagged with the slipstream there, though. Killer Instinct spelling trouble for him. He's going to be going down, and that's going to be an Eruption proc onto 3. We are going to be taking this next hook onto Nu, and hopefully we have a pain resonance hook for the sake of JD in this vicinity, and we do, but they are pretty fast spread. There's one here over at 3, and if we can make that, that's going to be beautiful. I mean, kind of preemptively leaving 3 isn't going to get that done anymore. I mean, we just kind of have to leave. Oh, wait, it didn't hit 3, it hit 9. It was Sen's gen was more progressed than 3. I thought 3 was more progressed than Sen's gen. Okay, I've been sorely mistaken.
It's tough to dissect. That could mean one of two things if you're a viewer right now. One, it could mean that the intense pressure from Australia, or Team 2Savage I should say, is very high, but it could also mean that JD has his hold on the game pretty firmly. When you're on the Singularity, when you're on this map, I'm looking at these camera placements right now, I'm looking at the positioning of everybody. I genuinely think it leans more in JD's favor, as bizarre as it is to say. Only on the pretense that, of course, you know, it's Team Australia, of course. I don't need to emphasize that any more than I already have. But yeah, I mean, we do see him walk all the way to 9. I don't hate the linger here. I mean, he kind of just, you know, waited for 3 to just sort of regress a bit, kicked it. You know, he knows Sen, who's all into the chase here, will automatically just be sitting on 9. And, you know, it's just general game knowledge that JD will give himself. I think Headhunter, though, I will say this. It does get a bit dicey if Sen's chase now doesn't last, or if JD makes a heads-up play here and, you know, can find either Nu or Canalave, who sort of would be around 2, because we obviously just saw Canalave get the pull. Now, you can see him sort of hiding behind the camera. That's really, really well played to acknowledge that, you know, they can sit in that spot without really getting caught. We do see a bloke sending it. That was Canalave, and I think he's realizing that JD may be coming over and they can't sit together behind those boxes for too much longer. Either way, though, Sen will be back on 9. That's good for them. It comes down to if Nu can just last a little bit, and I don't think he's going to be able to, because that was a really good TP actually from JD. He does get his distance though all the way down here. Oh my god, he makes his filler. That's actually really, really big. That's game changing. If we're able to last off this, bad TP from JD as well. This is going to be a zone break from the wrong side. That's a life coming in from Nuisance as well. Do we have main? Talk to me. Do we have main? Look to your right. Come on, come on. It doesn't matter. We don't care about Nu. We do have main, but we're holding max distance around it. This chase is going to go on longer. Jungle Gym at the 11 side as well is beautiful to see. JD, you cannot commit this. You simply cannot. You need to go back to these gens. 3 and 9 being split. Canalave straight on 3. Sen's going to be at 9. And honestly, Nu being at 11 right now and just sitting there is the best position for him to be at. It doesn't matter. You just got a last son. Now, the issue is, again, Sen needs to screen away from this. You know, Nu needs to sort of figure out what the next plan of action is. Does he reset? Does he double? Does he rotate for Sen's gen? What do we do? I think he rotates for Sen's gen and he lingers and Sen takes Chase Shack. I think that's what we'll see come through. Headhunter.
Maybe. We do see in the background Canalave roaming with Nu all the way down into 3 as Sen takes chase here over at the 9 tile. Does pre-drop here. He's going to opt to maybe use the window and get out of this position. Actually doesn't use the window, actually just runs around it. Bad TP from JD, unfortunately. It's kind of spelt a lot of distance for Sen to be able to make all the way down into 5, pre-dropping this pallet here. Is forced to break on the side of JD and is not going to be committing that, as we're really trying to find out that reset that, you know, Nu and Canalave are looking for, and they get it off for free. You know, they have not been found by the killer, and all of a sudden JD is now in a world full of hurt, as he was in a little bit of a power position, as you mentioned a little bit earlier. You know, it was more leaning towards into his favor, and I don't think that was bizarre to say in any circumstance, having a tunnel out so early. But now the survivors have recovered so well. I mean, at the moment it's only 4 stages, 2 fresh as it currently stands. We are going to be taking the tag here onto our survivor here over at the 5 tile. It is Nu, who doesn't have access to any pallet here, but does have access to get rid of his slipstream via the EMP. Unfortunately, is going to eat a tag there and go all the way down into the mid-map. I think Sen is there for the body protection if we need it as well. We've anticipated he went all the way back down to 9, but Canalaves has started another generator here that's about 75% progressed now. Nu has to last here. I mean, he's playing very nicely amongst his filler pallet. Sen coming in for the body, so it doesn't even matter regardless. Now Sen running all the way down back into the... No, he got a little bit hesitant. Okay, no, and we've hopped back onto 9 on the side of Canalave. So it is 9 that's been pressured at the moment. I did think it was another generator entirely, but I stand corrected. And now we're roaming all the way back over there on the side of JD. So what do the boys over in the background do? Do they opt to go for the reset and play it slow, or do they opt to try to press another generator as close as much as they can, and, you know, have faith in Canna's capability to last here? I mean, you know, getting tagged like that, it's definitely not looking that way, as we do get the EMP slipstream as well. We are going to be using the filler pallet, greeting it very nicely. Pre-drop goes down. Now going to be using the main building here. Does have access to the window. That's the reset coming in, so they're all nice and healthy there, but at the cost of no gen progression. As we do teleport on the wrong side of the window there on the side of JD, he has left entirely now. Has found the reset here. Is going to be chasing and committing Sen, who is going to be pre-dropping this firecracker here. Doesn't have a whole lot to go on. He does have the jungle gym here. Does he make the window? He does. He's done. Oh my god, he's done it to him. He's unjiggied the jiggy. My god, and now he's vaulted the window back into that nice filler pallet. That's a never drop pallet if I've ever seen one. As we are trying to get back into the cam over at 9, we're really trying to get back to that generator, and the boys have just EMP'd it, and it's gonna be popping in his face. Nuisance, being an absolute nuisance. Hold on.
Oh, no. Oh,
No.
baby.
Oh, that's going on the Twitter. Get it on the Twitter. Oh. That's absolutely crazy. And we're getting whiffy too. Sen gonna be eating the tag, but it doesn't even matter now. I mean, ideally we want to be chasing Sen in a scenario like this, as this is gonna result in 7-3 if we manage to get all stages onto Sen. There's no way the boys should be playing for this extra unhook in any circumstance. But hang on a second, Nuri's in the background with EMP in hand. I don't know if he's just trying to unzone himself and try to make a way to get to a gate somehow, or if he's actually playing extremely aggressive for this insta-pull. He's caught out over at 11 here and has been teleported onto. This could spell even 9, oh, what, 9 stage? Yeah, 9-3 if we're not careful. I mean, Nu just going down at the pallet here. JD in a power position now. He's going all the way down into the 1 where there was Canalave with EMP in hand. You can't be doing anything now. You just need to take out the 3 remaining stages. Otherwise, you're giving up a 4K0. And, oh, it's just unfortunate that they lost the extra 2 stages at the end game there. I think Nu just kind of got caught there over at mid-9 there, jumps, and just was unable to make anything, as, you know, he just kind of got stuck in between the chase between Sen and JD there.
Wow. I think that's a very neutral result, in my opinion, before I say anything else. I'd like to roll it back. I think it was to the point where Sen came in for the body and we'll go for it.
Yeah, I think Macro just kind of, you know, takes his knowledge and just makes him perform just absolutely incredible on every single killer that he'll play, regardless of the micro. Because realistically, all it takes is good macro, bro, and all of a sudden you're just like top tier killer. I mean, it doesn't matter who you throw him on. I mean, for God's sake, we've seen some of the blights just not even use their M2 and just use their M1 and zone break, and then like they're just pulling 4K3s, 4K4s out their asses. Like, come on, man. But I mean, that being said, though, you are up against a very good lineup, as you'd put it. You know, 6 Hearts, Jazz, JD, and Enlightened. So, I mean, Yeah, anything is possible in all honesty. They would have picked this because they would have thought that it was a weak point. The problem is with 2Savage, there are no weak points. You can kind of chop up a few weak points to every single team in the competition, and that's not a dig at anybody. Like, that's just how it is. I mean, the only other team you can make a case for is probably Chinese Dragons, and to some degree, Nameless King. Those teams probably just will not have any weak points. You know, like Mo will just play everything. Pig will play everything. So as long as you have like a killer player that will play anything to the best of their ability and they're world class, you're just kind of low key chilling. But that's not to discredit the rest of the teams, of course. Regardless, hopping back into more recent events, we do see our survivors load into the match here, and JD straight on that main generator, playing aggro on the main, and Light kind of playing a little bit more safe around that 11 side, and Backy got to be traversing all the way to the bottom side, trying to set up cams now. One thing to note, Singularity, setup killer. Don't care what anybody says. I mean, not as bad as Trapper or anything like that, but definitely still has to get his cams at the beginning of the game. So ultimately, sometimes you will, more times than none, you will lose one generator as a result of it. We do manage to catch out 6 hearts out of position there, unfortunately, though. We are going to be greeting this pallet very nicely and playing the long wall now, extending the chase just a little bit longer, and we are trying to fake out our slipstream. Winning the 50 there, 6 hearts, but vaulting back into the killer, but mighty unfortunate stuff. He's going to opt to go all the way down into the basement and then probably just pre-drop the shack pallet and try to make distance away from the basement because we don't want a repeat of last game. And as we teleport back onto 6 hearts on the side of Backy, we are playing the mind games around the long wall, and we've lost the 50. We're going down on the side of 6 hearts, but we do get the main generator in the background popped, and all of a sudden, we're in a better position than once before. I mean, that's a really good gen to be, you know, getting that done and dusted out of the way at the beginning of the game there, James.
I mean, yeah, 100%, you're exactly right. They're on a top gen as well, enlightened. We see Jas there rotating to 1, and JD is just going to linger for 4, and I'm assuming they're going to triple split, let 6 hearts go second. I'm 100% that was the call early on. The problem is, though, if Backy notices that and recognizes it, which he very much could and will, if he notices nothing happening in the background, he will just play aggressive and play to a point where he will force a rotation from somebody. You see here, you see JD, he's sort of setting up cameras, and he's going to go back there next time and try and catch JD off. It'll be up to JD whether he actually gets caught out or not. You see that camera, it's kind of lingering. We do see Enlightened Gen popping in the background as well, so he knows where everyone is at this current point. Maybe other than, you know, he has to guess, I guess, where Jas is, unless he moves on 1. But either way, I do like this play from Bleedout a lot. This is the only way you're going to be able to, I guess, meet the win con of the 4K1. I only say that because, well, sorry, the 4K0 Headhunter, I believe it was, wasn't it? Oh, no, they outed. I apologize. They got like 6-7 stages, so hey, you're definitely going to need a great result here. You're going to need a chase from 6 hearts out of this basement. And we do get blocked on the window. No shack pallet either. That's detrimental. We need to wrap around this rock 6 hearts. You need a body, son. You need a body block here. Do you make that? 15 seconds. What? What in the hell have I just watched?
Oh, that's a fake of the ages, and it worked, and the body came in like you had said just before. It was all part of the master plan. We are going to be zone breaking into edge map 9, but it's not going to be working in our favor. Go for another fake with the dead heart as well. 6 hearts is opting to die in the corner of 9, all the way over at 10, utilizing the logs to the best of his ability. He's really trying to stretch his distance all the way down into 11, and we'll be going down, and we're setting up for outs here. This is problems for Backy. Look at the gen progress. That's a double at the very least. Okay, so we can still pull it back on the side of Backy. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't bought pain res. I feel like he should have. I mean, when you look at his build, what's he got? Ruin, Call of Brine, Corrupt Intervention, Eruption. It's just... He's not
well, boss.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he's just like 2 per candy at this point. Oh my god. Oh, which is fine, not. But like... Wait, oh, they're playing through the ruin. Hold on. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. They're committing. He's committing over at 5 now. I mean, he's called out the person trying to break the ruin. It is Enlightened, who is going to be using this fill pallet over at 5. Going to be greeting it. That's extra greedy. He's just going to be going down. That's mighty unfortunate stuff. Not opting to slug here, going for the pick. No FTP in the background. So, guys, we get that pick up. We're going to be slapping onto the hook here. Now, I fail to remember if Singularity is... It is tier 3, right? Tier 3? Was it tier 2?
If it's got Dead Hard, bro, it's tier 2, brother.
It's tier 2? No, it is tier 2. Yeah, okay. So there is an FTP. Okay, I'm not too sure who would have been the FTP, if there's anyone in the trial has FTP at all. Regardless, we are going to go all the way down to 11. This is our life player just kind of roaming around in there. That's 6 hearts, the aggro DS. And yeah, there's the FTP. Is a sprint burst onto, you know, JD. He's just doing the generators in the background. So, you know, doesn't matter. We do get the... you know, the reset in the background anyway, so I don't know why I'm yapping on about FTP, but, you know, we've caught out 6 hearts, who has that tunnel out, a little bit of the fake coming in there, and I learned that one from Paradox back in the day. I've seen that happen before, big mate. Like, never mind, we are going to be committing back onto 6 hearts. My God, he's having a juicer chase right now around the filler pallet here. He's going to be greeting it, sticking it down, not quite working out. He's going to result in a tag, and he's just opted to die all the way down into 2, where we have access to this filler pallet here. Slap into the face, yeah, still in overclock mode, just doesn't happen, unfortunately. That's going to be 6 hearts out of the game, but JD, oh my God, that generator is so close, and I don't know if we've gotten rid of any of the cams around it, because, I mean, we could just straight up teleport there on the side of Baki. Yeah, there's the cam problem that we're running into just a little bit ago where I was talking about, but they popped this generator regardless. I mean, look, it's, yeah, no, you know what? It's popping, and you're going to get sluggy with it at a point in time like this. I mean, Bleedout look like they're going to be taking away a set from 2Savage here, and as we do take the slipstream tag onto, I do believe this is Enlightened. Oh my God, wait, are we going to see them actually take away this set here,
It was 9-3. This is just a win. This is a win. This is 6-2. This is a win. Say what you want about old Bleedout, but they've done well here. They've done well. An intricate set that they obviously know pretty well. Baki, the average is going with each other. I mean, ate the Dead Hard up. He found who he wanted to find off the start.
These guys really have to be locked in to kind of, you know, take it away, take it home for the first series loss of 2Savage. You know, they got the set point up, so they are 1-0 advantage. You do see them going for a good old-fashioned 2-2 split around main, as we do see Sen now taking ground with what is that? What is that? I hate that. Get it out. Get it off my screen. I don't care. Regardless, we are going to be taking chase in the middle of the map onto JD here. Bad cop JD playing the greed very nicely here. You know, Sen playing the Sen mind games, isn't able to catch JD off guard. He's actually counteracting every single one of Sen's movements here, and now with Bloodlust 1 in hand, it should be a little bit easier to get this tag around the filler. I dare say he's just going to be respecting it entirely and really trying to get it as soon as possible, but we do take the life all the way down to this pallet here outside of main, the car pallet even here come in the checks box. Is he well versed in them? And I do say he would be, but the fake's coming in. Bloodlust 3 in hand. Is Sen going to be able to get this tag early? Wait, we've won 250s, but we've lost the third, so only 150 bucks in hand is going to be able to go around the backside of main, and we do spot out, wait, what's happening here? We got 2 survivors just kind of holding hands over at the mid-map there, trying to pressure that gen, anticipating that Sen would just commit all the way over at main, and that would be very ambitious if he did so, but, you know, opting to leave whoever the hell's running around the water tower and now trying to cut off JD from making any sort of rotation. We do see Jazz in the background working 5, or Shaq, sorry. We do see Enlightened back on that mid generator, and a reset happening over at 11, which is going to be caught out momentarily here, and this could spell big problems. We do see 6 hearts pre-drop that pallet now, rotating away from it and going all the way down into corner 10 now. We don't have enough blood for power in hand. We do vault the window on the side of hearts here, who is making all the way into the middle of the map, collecting blood ever so slowly on the side of Sen. Now we have the pallet gym to be used on the side of JD. We've broken away very nicely all the way into mid-7 here, where we do have access to this filler pallet even. Playing the greed very nicely. 1-2. More Sen mind games here with Bloodlust 2 in hand. Are we able to get this down this time around? Wait, this is filler central here, or JD's just really locked in and honed in on the micro. Hang on a second. We've swung into a whole lot of nothing, and all of a sudden we're forced to leave. At least we have power in hand. We've popped that shit, and we see somebody who's just been slamming this gen over at 4. Do believe it was Enlightened that we caught a glimpse of him a little bit earlier. He's going to be pre-dropping this pallet here to deny the power down, and now is forced to use the window here. Now what access to what exhaustion does he have here? A whole lot of nothing, just down in the open, unfortunately. That's going to spell the first down of the game and the first pain resonance to slow. Just everything a little bit down, you know. We do have a corner hook here over at the one side, so if we look at the generator spread, do we have the Cold Tower 3 gen? I don't think it's been popped yet. You know, you still have access to 1 main and 11. You really need to hold that if everything goes sour. So, you know, even though those generators are away at the bottom side are being worked on, it's not the end of the world for Sen.
I mean, this mid 4 here plays into a bit of a 4-gen. He's going to linger kick this. I think he low-key gets enough for blood because of how long JD's chase was. So that was a bit unfortunate for JD. But, I mean, it's a win and a loss, I guess, if you look at it like that. We do see a blow bring on mid here. This is 6 hearts. This is a bad spot to be caught out on. This should be death to 6 hearts. If it's not, it's egregious. Good wins from 6 hearts. We are winding it up. My lord. Oh, no. Oh, and the one that was beautiful. That was lovely indeed. Oh, lordy lord. I don't know what the play is now. You obviously have to pull because 6 hearts just gets caught mid, unfortunately. But, I mean, what do you do now? You take this down onto this bloke. I can't let him win no egregious 50s. 50. That is bizarre to me. Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
Hang on a second.
Hold on. Oh.
I was gonna say, what's happened here? Nah, we caught him around the Z-wall. It's not all bad, but you know, everybody injured in the trial now. We got a little bit sluggy with it. You know, you saw the wicked flick over at that mid 4, over at that eye filler. Gonna be taking this pain resonance now, slowing the game down even more. So blood's gonna be leaking on the map around where that reset is happening now. I'm not too sure where that would have taken place. More than likely around 5 to 6, right? Yeah, the corner, like where the down had happened even. So, you know, opting to go for those corner resets per se, just leaking a whole bunch of blood in the middle of the map. Yeah, this could probably be problems. Actually, no, it's not too bad because there's not that many orbs around here. I thought there would have been a little bit more, but we are going to be slowly collecting them back for power in hands as we do take chase to whoever this is around the shack building, and playing a little bit of wacky mind games might spell in a quick down, who knows. But, you know, Sen trying everything out of the book, yeah, and it is enlightened here. He's well versed in the 1v1s, not particularly the bloke you want to be chasing in this instance, but do manage to get the pull in the background, and straight back to 1 goes Sen. Now really trying to scour out who's that healthy survivor, and it is going to be 6 hearts going down imminently. Another fresh hook. Do we opt to pick here or do we opt to get sluggy? Yeah, we get sluggy, go all the way down to 11, catch somebody out off guard, and I'm not too sure who would have been working around here, but we know that they're close. Wait, hang on a second. Okay, I thought he pulled someone out of the locker there. It was Jazz. Okay, he's just hiding behind the half wall here over at the 11 side. You know, kind of a weird spot to be stealthing, but it works out for him. So, you know, take the pick onto 6 hearts here. Rinse and repeat right now. It's going to be spelling 3 stages at the moment. And wait, hang on a second. We've gotten a little bit turny and we've caught Jazz out of position there. We caught glimpse of him just for a moment. So, you know, as we take that hook onto 6 hearts, we can already put pressure on this generator over at 11, and they have to start the progression all over again on the other side of the map. The 3-gen still in hand arms.
You are right. Excuse me. You are right, Big Muscles. We do have the 3-gen just sitting here. 4-gen. Remember we spoke about before, this 3 mid can sort of be played into as a 4-gen. The issue is, right, I don't think I was going to explain how it was kind of a bad spot for Sen because doesn't really have anyone to tunnel out. Doesn't have power. Like, he needs a tag here. They could literally just kind of split gens and let 6 hearts start. Obviously, they can't because, like, he's just going to roam and pressure. So someone needs to be there for the pull. You know, maybe just back main, sprint burst, something. Now, look, you saw him eye off the blood, man. We do see in line just that too. I think he's going to let his gauge build up a little bit, and then he's going to grab all of... No, he's just going to choose to grab it all. Fair enough. He's not even going to wait. Oh, no, it does have these couple orbs back. Does he might have enough. He just might have enough when 6 hearts gets unhooked or something. Or maybe he knows something I don't. Either way, knows where everyone is right now. Forcing death onto 6 hearts, if you're the survivors at this... Well, not death. Forcing seconds, I should say, sorry. Is definitely the play, of course. Running and giving a tag is just silly. You don't want to throw away what could... honestly be 7 to 8 stages, depending on how this next chase right here goes. The problem is this guy's been caught out at the world's worst rock filler. Yeah, I mean, you sprint burst as well. I feel like you sort of got to make something happen there for sprint burst. Again, beautiful rotation back main as well. Nose Enlighten should be there. Enlighten's done really well. Fair play to Enlighten. Really, really well played. He's actually gone in the locker as soon as he's gone past. Didn't pull early, didn't get premature with it, didn't panic, didn't do nothing like that. That was really, really well played. Now, Sen's forced to just stay top. Now, Headhunter. You want to let Six Hearts die here, in my opinion, and you need to reset JD because then it'll be 0 power. You're at 3 gens, sure. It's not the best. Like you've only popped 2 gens, sorry. But you know you have this one being worked on by online. You don't have Sen should have no power on the map now. It should be clean. You should have not enough to get power, unless I'm brutally mistaken, but I'm not. I shouldn't be. This should just be complete start of the game essentially in a 3v1 with 2 less gens. And it's still right. This is how most Oni sets go. It's a great decision from Bleedout to let Six Hearts die on hook there. Great decision from Enlighten. He sort of made a blunder, sort of just sitting like 1 mid early in the game. Again, this is a bit of a blunder as well. I think maybe him stealthing here could have been a play. Obviously, Sen's going to go here. It's the highest gen. This is amazing pallet standoffs from Enlighten. Amazing. I love this. He's playing well. Caster's Curse, Headhunter.
Yeah, we've done it again, mate. He's gotten tagged on the filler pallet after winning pretty much like 6-7 50s there, just at the pallet standoff. But we've opted to go all the way down to the bottom side here. Got another tag on JD. I mean, I'm not too sure what happened there. Oh, it's problems now, because now we're gonna have power in hand, and this could be ugly as we have popped onto. Wait, hang on a second. How come we're spectating this bloke? Let's go back to the chase. Yeah. I like that. Anyway, we're going back to 1 here, trying to really catch off somebody off guard. And this is one of our injured survivors. There's not going to be Jazz. Jazz is going to be popping that generator all the way over the bottom 11 side. Forcing Locker is Enlightened, taking Sen out of power. You know, JD's still going to be leaking blood on that generator that he's been working on. And yeah, like you'd said now, it is the 4 gen. So basically, you have access to mid 4 and the stock standard cold tower 3 gen. And as we take another hook here, it's not going to be a pain resonance because we've already used that stack from Enlightened. You know, we still do have Jazz and JD. I'm not too sure if we actually got a stack from Six Hearts because we just camped him to death over at 11. So maybe we already did use it on JD and I just completely lost glimpse of it. But, I mean, yeah, no, it's still pretty dicey for our serves. I mean, now in power, you just can't really go for this pull, and if you choose to, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So yeah, JD straight back on that shack pallet. Jazz really playing aggressive for this generator here over at 1 is pre-leaving, but we've opted to go all the way down to the bottom side again. And hang on a second, we've done the jiggy onto Sen. He's done the 180 and broken the pallet, zoned JD into 5. Jazz back on that generator over at 1, really trying to break that that 1 generator. Yeah, JD really has to last here. I mean, this is kind of the trade-off for not going for the pull here. And straight back on the floor is JD. We've gone for the pickup. Hang on a second. Okay, well, we're going for the pain resonance talking. Yeah, like, that's what I had feared, that JD had already been used in regards to pain res. And it was Six Hearts. That was the only other stack that we're not going to be able to use for the remainder of the trial. But hey, we've got to camp him out from start to death anyway. But it is going to be Enlightened taking chase over towards this filler pallet here, greeting it once very nicely on the right side, and then making a way on the left side. Now, the Sen mind games have been immaculate tonight, even though there was a massive pallet standoff where you didn't get much value, and you know, JD's amazing first chase at the beginning of the game. We are going to be getting it down that time around, so 3rd time is a charm. Going to be hooking straight bang in the middle here, so you know, you can kind of chop it up to the 4K2 at the moment. They could probably just go for a 1-1 split onto you know, 1 and 4, but in all honesty, the person working for, oh, they've gone for the double onto 1. Hang on a second, did they get this done? No. Oh, that's unlucky. And we're even playing it safe and going for the kick here. Hang on a second. Got power in hand again. Going to be following up chase with Jazz all the way down to the bottom side again. So yeah, that's just 4K2 chopped up there, Joms.
Yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunate for Bleedout. It's at a level of, excuse me, I'm out of breath. I just did run back in outside. Just look down on the chest there. But 4K2, it's a tough result on Killer and Survivor, of course. If you're the Killer for next trial, which will be, I believe, let me do my thinking. Should be Enlightened, if I'm not mistaken, Headhunter, which, truth be told, 4K2 is a bit of a piss-take result when you're at this level. And I say at this level because these are 2 great teams. You wouldn't see him trading, you know, like, what do you call them, sets. Singularity being won by Bleedout is, I don't know, Headhunter, that's insane to me. That's genuinely insane. Like, they've played really well tonight, and it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to get a 4K1. I don't expect 4K2. I don't expect it though, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, Or against like the M1 chasers as well of the entire.
Team. It's not the exact same. That is one thing that does get left out. Of course, you have myself and Gibbsy, and that's it. I mean, damn. No,
Mm.
maybe it is just the core team. Maybe maybe that didn't help your point. To be honest, my bad, bro. I mean, no, it is. I mean, Gibbsy's playing tonight. I mean, if you didn't know, Team Australia versus Spain. I believe it's at 2 a.m. If I'm not mistaken. It's at 12 a.m. or 2 a.m. One of the times. Gibbsy will be playing Killer. Hasn't played a lick of Killer all World Cup. Has not even had a consideration of playing Killer. Just sort of been there as the backup. And lo and behold, tonight he's going to get 2 sets on the Artist and Unknown. So, yeah, I would agree with you in every aspect. This group of guys here, these 4 survivors you see in front of you, as well as Silly, and if you want to add Daniel in there as well, that's more than justifiable. Those 6 survivors have never ever been beaten. Yeah, just beaten pure. That those 6 by themselves on a team have never been beaten.
So yeah. No, fair enough. I mean, like, all credit to them. They're just, world class, and yeah, the proof is in the pudding. They're in the semifinals when it comes to that's both teams even, that's the Sea Dragons as well. Hey, that's crazy that we got 2 of those teams in the tournament. I'm just coming to the realization now that, we've got some of the best in the world participating. But hey, I'll drop that for a little bit because we're going back into the matches now. It's gonna be enlightened on the Oni. Okay, this is going to be extra interesting. I thought JD would have taken this one up, but hey, I mean, putting on Enlightened, it's a shout, definitely 100%. Look at that Cold Tower 3 gen again, it's always going to be the case, but hold on a second. We are going to be loading in. What was the problem? Hang on a second. You said, oh, well, did I miss something?
Oh, I thought he was just mogging down mid. I thought he was just waiting for Enlightened to come down to him. He is. Look at him. He's waiting for it. That's pig shit. Now, this is every scrim in the entire world. Enlightened should not feel like he is the only guy that experiences this. He does see a bloke at 4. He's going to pretend like he doesn't see him. No, he definitely saw the guy. I mean, did you see him run off? I mean, I think he just saw the pre-run to Shaq, so he's choosing to leave. Maybe see if he can catch someone else out. The only way you're going to get this done is getting sort of a cheeky tag on someone. Canalev does see him marching towards him. Is Canalev the guy you want to chase out of these 4? Yes, I'll be brutally honest. The guy is the... I mean, he will do it to you if you let him, but... I mean, he is definitely mechanically sense the worst out of these 3, but probably has the best knowledge at the game. Probably... Oh, I'll tell you what, they wouldn't be where they are without Canalev. I'll tell you that right now. That's just fact. But no, if you want to get that one, you sort of linger. And also, like, he's also just head on. That's also just the 2 major things here. Sort of catch him out. That's why he's sort of, just sticking to main like blue. Because he knows this is any I guess tunnel outs. It's so ironic to say that Canalev is the tunnel out, but I guess no one, hypothetically, if we were being truthful, no one is the tunnel out here. We do catch Baki at the main, dropping 11 side yards, swimming in line. We probably just maybe choose. I don't know if he thinks he has enough time. He might have to full commit this if too much time has passed, which I think it has. I think he's deciding, all right, I need one now. Let's just commit. Unfortunately, he's just committing to a jungle gym at 2. Good checkies from Baki there. Also a good vault from Enlightened. Double vault as well. Maybe a triple? Triple vault! We might be able to catch Baki out here. Are we going to catch him out? No, we don't. He's going to be able to make a beautiful checkies from the backside. But, yeah, I mean, it was a great start from Enlightened, and I meant in terms of approach, preparation, execution, and now he's forced to just chase back on this ultimate setup. That window, if you didn't see in the background, ladies and gentlemen, has just unblocked, and Baki will take that to his advantage and play the beautiful checkies here, knowing that Enlightened essentially just has to bamboozle us. I'm surprised we didn't get a double vault there. Baki does have this filler here. Now a tag may come through relatively soon. He has this eye filler bottom mid. Don't know if he's going to make it. Oh, that's lovely to step away from that. Beautiful. Does have this. This is where it gets a bit tricky. Doesn't win that. Now that would have been egregious if he won that. Great from Enlightened. I think this is probably one of the earlier tags I've seen against the 2Savage squad. Checkies here at Shack. Hush Hush as he plays around full distance at the Shack. Gonna drop it. Whoa! Damn.
No. I could just picture the comms. It's the only reason I'm laughing. I'd do the exact same bloody thing. In all honesty, I would have went down 20 seconds ago, but we do have the generator over at 1 proccing as well. as I said, as a result, we have it down, no power at the... Oh, we got power. Hang on a second. I'm spitballing. Hold on. Do we just take that back into the back pocket? Hang on a second. What's going on here? Why have we just left the... Wait, is that a spectator bug going on? Do I not have my glasses on? Was it not blood on that hook there? What's going on here? Hang on a second. I don't know. Wait. Okay. You know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm missing something here. We are going to be taking the kick here. Maybe we're trying to bait out the fact that we don't have power. He doesn't have enough of power, okay? Maybe we're just trying to get somebody who's just out of position there. There's the power. Okay. So they've gone for their rotations. Maybe we're trying to catch them off guard, going for that late power grab. I would have just grabbed that instantly, as I would have seen Sen rotating to the Gen over at 7, but we do get the insta pull there in the background. On the side of Nu, Backy off the hook. We're going to go back straight back to 3 there. So, I mean, power in hand, Demon Dash available. We see the scratch marks leading all the way into 2, but stop at 3. Hang on a second. It's going to be Nu back vaulting that as well. He makes it. And that's going to be another Gen in the background popping, and we're at the tie condition. But we vaulted into the killer, and we've taken President of the Paladin in a second. Hang on a minute. We're going to be vaulting the window too. Wait, Nu's going to have the chase of his life right now. Oh, mighty unfortunate stuff for Enlighten. Wins that 52, but has ran into the totem. All right, we're going down. So a pick up onto Nu. The first stage onto Nu. You know, 3 sacks of pain rest still in the back pocket. This is still doable, but I mean, 4 survivors in the trial, 3 on the map. 1 Gen to be popped for the win condition. Oh, for the win condition for this set, rather, sorry. You know, to level out the scores 1-all. You did anticipate it this only being, you know, 2Savage's pick. So, I mean, you just hate to see it on the side of Bleedouts here. Enlightened really trying to persevere through everything. He's going to be committing the chase here around the shack onto Canalave, who is making work in just getting caught out at the door there. But I don't think falls for this mind game either. He's probably just going to opt to send it away to the eye filler. And yeah, look at that window laid out perfectly for him. That's 2 windows from pallets that are just absolutely incredible to be used. Their RNG is locked tonight. And now running all the way down into the eye filler, pre-dropping that instantly, running around it. Enlightened is going to opt to take his bloodlust away and go back to 7, where we see Sen in the pink pants just around this T and L wall. Stops at the T, goes around the L wall here, trying maybe to send it. No, fakes the send. I love that. Double vault coming in from Enlightened on the L wall there, forces Sen to use the T, but I mean, trying to catch him out at the T, not quite working out. Some unorthodox pathing from Enlightened is not going to spell a tag. I mean, Sen just having the chase of his life here. Beautiful 51 there. Rotating around the rock. Another pallet laid out for him. My God, just beautiful. This layout is egregious even, and he's going to be making it again. Faking the vault there, not quite working out. Bloodlust 1 is going to be able to catch Sen off guard. That's going to be a tag. Power in hand now. Now what can Enlighten do? He has to get sluggy with it if he is to take away this win condition. Sen opting to chase all the way down into 2, into 3, using the rocks to his advantage, vaulting the pallet here and just kind of stuck around 3. Backy, and I do think Canalave are working that Gen over at 9. Nu just kind of stuck around at 1 at the moment. Not really much for him to do. And there is some progression on this generator here, and it could pose problems, but we're on the case in Enlighten. Power in hand at the moment. He's just looking for somebody healthy to pop at the moment. I mean, didn't want to pop it on Sen because he is injured, and he did acquire power from Sen. Sen's gen is about 75%, and I do believe that was all the way over at 2 here. So, you know, leaving it, going all the way down to main. He is leaking a lot of blood, but we've opted to pop the power here as we really want to be downing Nu as quickly as humanly possible. That pre-drop coming in hot, and he's going to be rotating around the long side there, evades everything. We're going to be bumping into the crates down the side of Enlightened, zoning him back into the map here. His tile's kind of awkwardly placed, all things considered. I mean, faking the window down the side of Nu, not quite working out, but we've missed the fake. We've vaulted the window again, extended the chase even longer. That generator over at 7 is probably going to be, they're going to be straight back on it. Really needs this eruption proc, and does so nicely. Sen was on a gen momentarily. I do believe that would have been 7 as we do take the pick onto Nu. This is not going to be a pain resonance hook as... oh, no, he was... Wait, was he... No, he... Wait, hang on a second. Sen was on 3, but now they're doubling 6. Okay. Never mind. This is just the win condition popped, yeah. All right. Regardless, very well played out by Enlightened. Still can 4K from this point on. It's going to be a slow and, you know, grueling game per se, but... I mean, you know, that's kind of all things given with Oni. But you know what? I should shut the hell up because I don't know what I'm talking about. That's all generators popped, and Sen gonna be able to greet around it once more, slamming it away, dropping the pallet in Enlighten's face, not quite stunning him there. He's gonna break away all the way down into 9, where there is this nice filler pallet here laid out for him. We are going to be diverting the chase back onto Baki here, who's just kind of doing a little bit of a standoff here over at 9. He's greeted this pallet, dropped it now, but like we're chasing Nu here, and this is going to be not the ideal survivor you want to be chasing if you're trying for best possible result. Ideally, you want to down one of your fresh hooks, so maybe just commit the chase onto, I don't know, Sen or Canalave if you can find them, or even just, you know, settle for Baki for the extra 2 stages. But we do drop the pallet here on the side of Nu, running all the way down, is protecting the President Sen, who is our fresh hook going down, and he was trying to play around the flick, swinging a little bit wide, a little too early. Now is on the floor, pickup coming in, no beamer in hand, no save, no nothing. Swinging just to evade the pallet save there, but you know, blind coming in, but unfortunately we have been, what's the word? I-framed, I guess, because like, you know, the hook takes President. Never mind, doesn't even matter. Gonna be taking that tag onto Baki. Sen going to be taking the body block here. I don't know if he has enough time to, like, yeah, he is. Maybe he goes for just, maybe he just goes, well, does he even make it with power? And, like, where's Nu at the moment? Like, does he, yeah.
He has to get it. Sorry. I think everyone thought he was going Shaq. Enlighten would do better. That was a pretty good heads up play from Sen. Like, to, you know, try to stealth close, might have not hurt him. If he was on Will, that definitely just could have worked 100%, but no goodies from Enlighten. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 stages. 6-3 fresh, sorry. Look, it's on the replay right now, like on the Oni set. Just plays the RNG he has. Like, there was no way in this world that chase that Enlighten was going to take first was not going to be at least 2 jungle gym. And that's the worst of the 3 resources, the other 2 being main and Shaq, right? You could even argue jungle gym's a bit better than main, to be honest, but against Oni, it just doesn't matter, right? Almost made the eye filler too. That was honestly well played. It just sucked because Enlighten's was a slow early game. Could have honestly done something if he got that tag more into the trial. You know, let's say he gets that tag 30 seconds earlier. Maybe we could have played for a Tarkons, essentially, the way JD played his first match, where he, you know, just sort of played territorial, tried to bank on the 3-gen. Almost worked for him as well. Only it's a bit harder to do, obviously. That's just unfair to say, comparing Singularity to Oni. But either way, my point is Oni with power should be able to hold some gens. Again, regardless, we're loading into MM. It's 1-1 Headhunter, Bleedouts versus 2Savage. Do you have a slight prediction?
Yeah, I think Sen goes for like 4K1, 4K2, and Enlighten probably gets, well, he's a good Wesker. I think 10 stages, I want to say, is my prediction. I mean, it's going to be a close set. I don't think it'd be very fast split in any instance at all. We do see us. What is this thing action going on here? Hang on. What? How's this gone past me? Why is everybody in straw hats? Why have we got Team Farmer? I'm sorry, are we playing Stardew Valley? What the heck is happening here? We are taking chase off the set in the middle of the map. We are going to be using this filler pallet to the rest of our advantage. You know, I think the hat gives him plus 10 jiggy is what I'm actually seeing right now. And Lion's just kind of powered through that pallet there. He's going to be taking the M1 onto Sen, who is going to be vaulting straight into main. Now we're going to be vaulting, and no BAM to block the window, thank the Lord, because, you know, Brutal's just a better perk. But we are going to be pre-dropping this pallet on the outside of main. Making another loop around is Sen. He's going to be able to... Oh, he does a little bit of jig. It wasn't even needed because we bumped into the rock there on the side of Enlightened, and now we're zoning Sen away from main, forcing him to use this filler pallet here. Now he is winning the 50s, and he has got pallet possession again. It does go down, and he does have access to the Orman filler here. Now what can he make of it as we fake the window here? We're trying for wacky mind games on the side of Enlightened, but we've sent it all the way down to 9, and after 2 dashes and being in cooldown, we are able to make the window back into the filler here. Sorry, the Orman filler here over at 10. We are playing around it extremely nicely on the side of Sen. Again, faking the window once more. Does use it this time. Uses it a second time. Is he the quadruple vaulting champion? He can't be because you can only have 3 vaults on a window because I'm stupid. You know, you can only be the quadruple vaulting champion on the side of our killer. But we do manage to down Sen finally. And we are going to be spending one of our pain resonance tokens here over into corner 11. Now the question is, do we have any progression on the map other than the last gen that just had popped in? Yes, we do, all the way over at 5. Shaq even, sorry. We do see Nu preemptively with that stealth game there. You know, the Fedora Clawed all the way over at Shaq being working that gen is kind of life. And, you know, Baki just kind of stealthing around that one tile there, I do believe. Do see the pull coming in onto Sen. No funny anti-tunnel action happening here, but he is just going to try and send the window, and we are going to be faking it and winning the mind game there. Now, Nu is there for the body if needed, and I don't think it is. Maybe it might be to send all the way down to the death location. Actually, I like this idea. As we do take the tag onto Nu, it is going to be committing... Enlighten's going to be committing chase back onto Sen, who does pre-drop this pallet here over at the Ormond filler. And again, with power in hand, might be able to get a quick down here if we're not careful on the side of Sen. He does evade it nicely, goes all the way down into corner 7, and he's just made his death location. Is he going to be able to last a little bit longer? Fakes the send away, but unfortunately does get caught out at the boxes there. That's the eruption proc on 1, so that's not going to be popping just yet, but this could honestly go either way. I think this is grounds for high stages, 4K potentially. Don't know. I mean, what do you think, James?
I think, Baki's been sitting this gen at 2. Line doesn't even check it, which is pretty awkward. We just see Nu top mid to 2, probably pop as well. Just right under Enlighten's nose here in a little moment. It's just breaks.
You're merely postponing the inevitable.
I should have made a note of this. We should have made a note of this. My god, he has 9, 11 main logs facing 2. This is just like a 5 gen top. This is why the gen progress is probably not as optimal as, you know, what everyone may believe it should have been. Either way, Baki's on 2. You got a bloke up on 11. I believe that was Canalave. And Nu's just playing from top mid for pool. This is beautiful positioning from everybody. It may look a bit awkward with Nu sitting here, but I promise you we're definitely playing. The nice jiggy from Nu there as well. That's beautiful. We need, Baki will just come in now, and this should be a 2-man. This is pretty standard stuff. 2-man, semi-pro Shaq. They'll just double the gens, and Nu wasn't even there. So again, maybe a little bit of a blunder on Nu and Baki's part there. That should have been just a clean 2-man save, but I don't think it matters. I think if Sen does have this as well, he just makes Shaq no matter what you do in this instance. Unless Enlighten pulls up and bolts, which he doesn't. So, he doesn't go Shaq. He zones him away from it, which is good from Enlighten. But I still think, no matter what happens here, you have to power through a paladin. What is happening? What is happening?
What? Why have we done that? Hang on a second. What am I missing here? The FTP coming in, denying the tunnel out. Doesn't matter. That's going to be Nu grabbed. Baki's on the floor. Canalave in the background, probably working a generator. We're taking pain resonance as well. Have the comms become convoluted, or is there something I'm missing? Are we really trying that hard to deny the tunnel out there? Is Canalave coming back from his gen to save the day? I'm very confused. We do get a gen popped in the background. That's going to be Sen slammed into the Shack there. We do see Nu off the hook, Baki off the floor. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, but I just wanted to make a note what we were speaking about earlier. This is the okay, fuck it, let's send bro live, and let's just do the gens in the back. This is that mentality that I was trying to explain to the viewers and yourself before. They've literally just said go have a chase on and live. Mind you, they've made great plays. It's not bad. I'm not like saying it's bad. I'm not saying like this is unoptimal, because the truth is, you've got little old Canalave sitting at the top of the map the entire time, and it doesn't look like Enlighten's going to give up this chase anytime. Now, look at them, and they're happy to take this. They're happy to play like this. They don't care to give up these extra stages. They just don't care, because the truth is, what? They're gonna, go into the match next Sen, and what? Canalave's like, can we get a flick onto the gen? Look, we just see how close it is. How long does Sen actually need to do that? Because if this is just death, I think it's... But maybe there is no gen progress. Surely they have a gen somewhere that's ready to go, no?
No.
What?
Nope. Nope. They have main. I mean, main's only like 30%. Nope. Nope.
Well, then you see, but this is even more to our point then, right? This is the game of cards now, where you've just put yourself in the shittest position you possibly could ask for, which is a 3v1, giving up 2 fresh hooks against the Wesker. You've given up 5 right now, 3. Anything Enlighten gets from here on out, let's say he finds Canalev on the edge map, down 6 and just chases him wherever, just finds him somewhere. You just commit that, and that's a good result. Honestly, he can 4K. Good stun there from Big Nuisance. Love to see him. Always a gun. But yeah, this is the problem that they have sometimes. The discipline, the respect for the opponent. It will bite them in the ass, Con. It really will. And I'm not saying Enlighten's going to 4K from this position, but it would be pretty unironic if he did, though, no? Considering they were playing like that. Now, I will answer one question before I throw it off to you. You know, I think what Backy's play was there, he just would have said, I'm taking it down, make sure you can FTP new. Because if Enlighten tags new there's no FTP. If Sen goes down, it's over as well for them in their eyes. So yeah, that was probably just what was going on there. We've chosen to slug new. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. If you have eruption on somebody here, which he does now, if this is Canalev, this is a really great chase. This is Canalev. This is a great chase from line. You just full commit this, and you just play for your hook. And if you get it down quick enough, if you get this pain raise in time, then you play for your 4K, my son. And if you get the 4K right here, right now, I mean, holy fuck, right? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's genuinely crazy. This would go down. Headhunter, I don't want to speak out of turn, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but this would rival the grand final from season 3 if we saw Bleedout win this, no?
Yeah, in all honesty, yeah. I mean, it would really, put a spin on things, I can't lie. I mean, do see Canalev going down now, though, over at the 10 tile, and in the background, we did get a little bit of a reset going on into new, so Backy, new, both in the trial, still healthy. Still have 2 stacks of pain resonance, and I haven't really caught a glimpse of who those survivors are. Pretty sure Canalev would be one of them, considering that, you know, there wasn't a pain res used just then. But we do get the tag onto Canalev there. That's endurance gone. And we're going to be following up the chase all the way down to the bottom side of the map here. And Backy just breaking away all the way down into the top side. Now, we don't have a lot to go on here. No, nice little bit of jiggy around there, like in the back pocket of Canalev. Doesn't have access to a pallet, but does use the check spot very nicely. He's kind of zoned here over at 7. Does win the 50, slammed the pallet in stun again in the face. Enlightened, going to be breaking the pallet and continuing on the chase. Bumping into the tree, though. That's not good. And now we're going to be making our death location all the way over at 5, where Eruption does proc. And they are doubling that if the aura is correct. Yeah, look at that. My God, they are just sending it on the gen. But this is a pain resonance, so it's going to be regressed even more. And we have ground to go back and push them off the generator. Now going for a 1-1 split. This could be a 4K, yeah. I'm thinking high stages still. We're around the 8 stage. Are we around the 8 sounds? It's 3 already, 6, 7. Wait, that's 7 stages at the moment, so... I mean, I said 10. I said 10, and I think we're heading more towards 10, low 4K. So, honestly, I want to stick with my guns and say 10. As we do take the next tag onto Canalev. He's ran all the way down to the top side, but we know we can't chase him, because if we do, they're just going to pop this generator here over at 7. So we have to push them off of it and try to play for a tag. Not quite connecting, unfortunately. Nu going to be pushed off the gen, though, all the way into 7. He's trying to unzone himself all the way down to 10, but gets kind of caught out at this rock. Does he use the Z-Wall behind him? I anticipate he will at some stage of the trial of this chase, rather, sorry. Does vault the window very nicely there, and does make a way as well. So nobody playing aggro for this generator here over at the logs. I do think they're just kind of 3-splitting now. We do have Canalev over at the main building, committing the chase back onto Nu here on the side of Enlighten, playing the mind game momentarily. Not quite working out in his favor. Yeah, just unfortunately not being able to connect around the corner there. But Backy really trying to press that generator over at the logs there. The comm is probably double this now, considering that we're traversed all the way down into pressuring Canalev off the gen. Oh, mighty good stuff from... Oh, Enlightened.
They don't pop blood.
They don't. No, they don't. They don't. And
Oh my
at the
God.
moment, it's looking pretty grim. You know, you have 8 stages as it currently stands. 2 survivors out of the trial. 2 survivors left in the trial. Baki and Nu fighting for survival. Now, who does Enlightened decide to chase? He decides to chase Nu, slow vaulting that very nicely, but slow vaulting back into the loving embrace of Enlightened. Does spell the M1 there, and now going to be committing the chase here around the locker. Enlightened pulls up power once more. Doesn't connect, unfortunately. Baki on that generator back at main. So this is grounds for 4K0, but we are opting to kick the generator here over at the logs. Now, do we make the main generator? I don't think we do. Baki's just going to have to commit this in all honesty and play for it. I mean, just don't get grabbed off the gen. Gets refunded off the kick, but does connect then. And Baki with sprint, but he's a sprint burst player, right? No, he's not. He does just have to pre-leave this though. Eats the tag for it, runs all the way down into 1. Has to play aggro on main now. Nu's pressured to leave this generator here over at the log section, but not overcommitting on the side of Baki here. He's going to run the backside of main. Nu's probably back on that generator all the way at the log section here. Now, Enlighten has to play very careful to be able to pressure both survivors at the moment, because you know that they're going to be aggroing. It's just a matter of time before he catches one of them out. I dare say he's just going to be going back to main. Now, Baki is back on main. Oh, wait, hang on a second. We mind gamed ourselves. No, you have to commit. Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He hasn't seen him walk up the stairs. They're just going to pop it. There's no way. No, Enlightened. Surely you click. He does know. Wait, what? Hang on. Wait, are we just playing the patient game on the side of Baki and we're just crouched inside of main? We haven't popped the gen just yet here. Let's get a quick flick around, old mate. Show us what's happening. Show us the good stuff here. Please, oh please, don't leave me in suspense. He's committing the gen in main! And Tanu has pre-left his, and that's gonna be the pop. Wait, they're just playing the last second, the adrenaline! No, stop, get it, no, stop, get it, no! Alright, Baki now taking chase all the way down into 10. Eats a tag, doesn't matter. He's now gonna have to live for his life here, sorry. Now, does Enlighten decide to chase this? He does. You know, in the background, Nu on that gate. We are going to be winning the 50 down the side of Baki. He is really going to be trying to make that hatch play there. Nu's going to be escaping with 2 stages on the board. It just matters, does Baki get out or not? It will really aid them if they get the 2 stages there, but he does fall into the loving embrace of Enlightened. That will be him down. That will be Nu out of the trial. And Jumps, what did I say? Did I get my prediction right? Tell me I got it right.
Just a beautiful combo from you, mate. Love that. I mean, look. First of all, well played to Enlighten. That was, like, no matter how you cut it, it's same ping Wesker. That's a 10 stage 4 fresh. That's a beautiful result. There's not really anywhere.
And Bleedout pull the same kind of vibes here. You know, Season V, it's a big season. You know, half a decade's worth of seasons. And, you know, hopefully one day when we hit Season X, maybe everything flips out on its head. Who knows? But the Survivor team for Bleedout will be as follows. Will be Bad Cop, JD, Jazz, Hearts, and Enlightened. The selected 4 to do it if they are to take away this entire series. What do they need from this? Well, they need to pull 9 stages, which means obviously it's just stock standard stuff being a Wesker set, you know, have to be well versed in your chases. The thing is with Wesker is it's just knowing when to cleanse, it's knowing where to take chases, knowing to play around his bound. He's a very simple killer on paper. There's not really tight macro to it. Obviously, he can depict problems and whatnot as per any set, but it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Is the game plan realistically, and you know, as to oppose of like those very macro heavy killers like Plague and Twins, ooh. But regardless, is going to be our survivor spawning all the way over at that 11 side, and we are on the way to 2 split. Here we go, Enlightened and 6 Hearts at the back, JD and Jazz all the way at the front. Now, we're maybe going to be preemptively stealthing around for this some sort of head-on play. Hang on a second. We've got 3 blokes here over at the corner. What's happening here? Hold on a second. Wait a second. Why is the train? The conga line's happening here. All right. So we're rotating all the way down into 11. I'm not too sure where the killer is at the moment. I'm pretty sure that they're just
Good on the killer, old mate.
Yeah, we're just kind of looking at what the Survivor's doing at the moment, we do see Sent here taking the break of the pallet onto Jazz, and Jazz kind of rotating around this pallet gym here over at the one side. Now, we are going to be getting tagged. That's a beautiful set of dashes there from Sent. Does he opt to chase this? Does have a chance to leave, and no, he does opt to commit this here. I mean, you know, JD and Six Hearts doubling a generator, all while Enlighten's just off somewhere working the single over at the bottom side. So the chase is come to go to the top side here. Jazz is going to be going down imminently here in the corner of 2 to 3, and this will be the first Pain Resonant stack here. So we're already on a good track on the side of Sen, but yeah, that gen's pumping, my god.
So the reason I went, oh my god, wasn't because it was, I mean, it was a good showcase of mechanics, and it was a nice showcase, but it's the ping survivor getting caught out on a really bad tag. That's like the one thing you don't need right now. You do not need this. If you're Bleedout, you just literally need to just have a good chase, split gens. FTP can come in at any point and just do anything. We need good pulls. You need to really predict what Sen's gonna think. What is he doing? What does he want? Because the truth is, you can't just push from this position forward. You need to get a pull here onto Jas. Even if it's not FTP, Jas needs to just live for like a good decent chase. Like, he's got top mid, pallet gym 2, main still pretty much intact. Can go Shack if it calls for it. Like, it's not bad RNG we need to live. Actually, it's not the best. It's definitely not better than 2Savages, I'll say that. But they've got fine RNG. We see the double split coming through now, and JD stealthing. This is perfect. This is literally perfect. Now, if Sen forces seconds here, it could be an issue. If JD... Oh no, this is a problem. This could be over now. He has to trade. He has to trade. He's not trading. I mean... I don't know. That could prove to be a very bad decision, or it could prove to save them in the end game, giving up that stage there. I think you trade that. I genuinely think you trade that. I don't know if Jess is pain res. I don't think it matters. It's too late to let him go second this early, I think. Oh, that's bad. That's just thrown a wrench in the plans, Bulla.
I mean, it's not over yet. I think, yeah, he does get tagged for it, because you need a good chase here now. He needs, if you're really able to pull this back, maybe, does he? With the body, he definitely does. Yeah, there's 6 hearts there, but he's going to be injured. That's going to be all survivors injured in the trial there. You know, 6 hearts injured now too, and we're going to be taking chase all the way over at the Shack, vaulting the window with power there, catching just off guard, running back into the generator over at mid-4, playing the filler pallet just outside of it, down, eruption proc. JD playing extra aggressive on that generator. Don't think should be doing that, unfortunately. This will be Jazz out of the trial at 3 generators remaining, so tunnel out a lot earlier. Heading towards that 4K1 win condition. No, win condition. 4K1 prediction that we put on them a little bit earlier, Joms. But, I mean, outs this game are looking pretty grim, especially with everybody injured. If everybody was healthy, or a few more survivors were healthy, maybe I would have said it's possible. But at the moment, they're in a position where they need to reset, and they need to continue progressing the game, because right now it's just kind of at a halt. And you know, if you press the gens injured like somebody's doing here at the top side of main, you are tappable, unfortunately. And even though Enlighten now pressing the cracker down on the floor, will be just smack bang in the wall, and now back on a pain resonance hook that's going to slow the game down even further, and potentially even make it so it's a 4K3 scenario that's happening. He could definitely hold all of these generators here. Okay, I stand corrected with the 4K3 remark. Might be 4K2, might be 4K1. Definitely heading towards 4K as we do take that hook onto Enlightened here. What is Sen cooking up the power trying to do? Am I... okay, never mind. He has put it back in the... Oh, wait, he heard JD. I didn't even hear JD. Hang on a second. And now he's rotated all the way down to corner 1. 6 hearts caught in a little bit of a predicament. So we have eyes on the generator, and where the last known location of JD was, and we have eyes on hearts. Uh-oh. Problems. Look at this guy. Look at this guy holding the door frame. Are you getting... Wait, what's happening here? Can he actually send it off this building? I actually don't know, but that'd be kind of cool if he could, because there might be just a visible...
Escape
He can.
Yeah.
No, he can. I didn't know that. Okay. My God.
If the elevation, I believe, goes downwards, you can escape take off it and get that like big booster speed that you see all those Westers get when they just escape take off like, you know, hills and shit. But No, Headhunter, I think when the down came in on the line, I hate to be that guy. It was pretty much over, wasn't it, Big Muscles? It really was. Like, JD's gonna sit main here or one, but I mean, Sen can just sit here and do nothing. Like, he doesn't have to move. He knows that he's twirling in front of the hook. I mean, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it's over, bro. Unfortunately, the dream to take down 2Savage as a community has it's died again. Unfortunately, we were close. We were close, but I think Bleedouts need to just be commended for how well they've played overall. 4K2 result is just what it's gonna be, because yeah, they have no prog. The problem is, right, he knows he doesn't have to do anything, because he knows 6 hearts has done fuck all for this like 7 minutes. Oh, sorry, 7 minutes. I only said 7 minutes because of the Wesker. That was my bad. For these last couple of seconds, I should say, the last 2 minutes, I should say. Just while in lines and Corey, yeah, I hate to be that guy again a little bit. GG's, I think it was a good effort though, a really great effort.
Haven't met the win condition now, mate. Come on, not just yet, but we do have a little bit of hope as we do take chase all the way down into bottom 6 here. We're just trying to send it as far as possible, and it's just not working out. Wait, we've baited send for the 1 time, but not for the 2 time. Gonna be getting the grab there. Wait, oh, what the? Wait, that would have paid off though. I can't fault him for going for that. In all honesty, I would have done the same thing, played very aggressive for it. You know, what do you have to lose? But you know, JD back on the floor here, and now Hearts is in a position where does he go from here? Is he committing a generator? Is he going for the pick? Nah, he's just kind of caught out at 1 as we do take the final chase of the trial onto 6 Hearts here. Sen trying the aura mind games here, the stop standstill. What the hell's going on here, buddy? But we are going to be vaulting the window. We're going to be committing the chase back onto the outside of main there. Nice vault coming in is going to result in a tag and in a down. Wait, what? Sen, come on, mate. What's happening? Wait, no. Oh, I'm going to shut up. Oh my God, that's crazy. No way. All right, POV. We're in an intro, right, to one of his YouTube videos right now. It's just the beginning of it. Gets a nice Wesker flick and then bang. Just, oh, it's beautiful to see. But we are going to be looking for our final slug of the game, which was JD going for a very ambitious pallet save here, anticipating that he's just around the shack, and how correct we are to be able to hear and see him and know exactly where he is. That's going to be him out of the trial. Punch to the face doesn't matter, choking buddy, you're out of the game, unfortunately, but they all played very well. You know, you can't fault Bleedout in any regard. Taking the set from, taking the series 1